Welcome back. We turn now to Columbia graduate student pro-Palestinian activist Mahmoud Khalil, his first broadcast interview since his release on bail from ICE detention.
Yeah, Khalil spent more than 3 months in custody, and in that time he became a father. ABC News Live Prime anchor Linsey Davis sat down with him.
This morning, Columbia University graduate and Palestinian activist Mahmoud Khalil is back home after 104 days in ICE detention.
I think that moment is indescribable. It's basically a combination of full of joy, but also, is this really happening?
A federal judge ordered his immediate release on bail over the weekend. The Trump administration argues his continued presence in the United States poses a threat to foreign policy and that he participated in protests that fostered a hostile environment for Jewish students.
The White House has said that you distributed pro-Hamas flyers. Secretary Rubio said that you created an environment of harassment toward Jewish students. President Trump said, we got to get him the hell out of our country. Why do you think that you are perceived as such a threat?
Because I represent a movement that goes against what this administration is trying to do. They try to portray me as a violent person. They try to portray me as a terrorist, as some lunatic, but not presenting any evidence, not presenting any shred of credibility to their claims.
Khalil's wife, Dr. Noor Abdallah, an American citizen, gave birth to their son Dean in April. ICE denied Khalil's request to be at his wife's side during the delivery.
That's the most cruel thing that any administration would do. Clearly, I was not a danger to the community, that they could have afforded me that opportunity to be with my son.
This is a movement, an anti-war movement.
Khalil was one of the leaders of campus demonstrations at Columbia in the spring of last year, protesting the war in Gaza. Some Jewish students reported anti-Semitic incidents.
So there is no place, you would say, for anti-Semitism in the pro-Palestinian movement?
There's no place for any form of racism, including anti-blackness, anti-Semitism in the Palestine movement.
The Trump administration is appealing the judge's decision.
It's a very, very long fight. It may take years. But I will focus on is continuing to advocate for Palestinians.
Such a powerful interview. I sat down with Linsey earlier this morning to get her take on it. Linsey, thank you so much for being here this morning and joining us. I want to get right into it. After spending months in a Louisiana detention center, constant criticism from the Trump administration, and also missing the birth of his firstborn son, how did you find Mahmoud to come across him mentally or emotionally?
You know, I think I would say it was equal parts elation and exhaustion. He said that this was obviously the first time he was able to spend any time with his 2-month-old son, Dean. And so he said while it was all kind of surreal being back at home in New York City in his apartment with his wife and with his son. And he said that he could hear kind of his son cooing throughout the night, and that was just music to his ears, but kind of a pinch me moment that he feels like at any point he could be sent back to a detention center. And that's what's really interesting. It seems like this detention has really emboldened him. And now he's not just an activist for the pro-Palestinian movement, but also for those who he says are unfairly detained immigrants.
And he did spend some time at home with his family, but it seemed like he got right back into what he was doing before, advocating, doing the advocacy work. He's not backing down.
He is undeterred despite the detention. Just minutes after he landed at Newark Airport on Saturday, he did a quick little press conference. Then he sat with us on Sunday for this exclusive sit down. Shortly after that, he did a rally by Columbia's campus where a number of supporters gathered to hear him speak. He has said that he will not be silenced. He feels that the Trump administration is trying to make an example out of him. And you would think that many in his case that there would be a chilling effect, but he is speaking out more than ever.
With all that in mind, where does he go from here?
So a number of legal challenges ahead. There are still a number of different judges who could weigh in on this. The Trump administration is appealing the court's decision that allowed him to be released from that Jena, Louisiana detention center on Friday. And he is also suggesting that he may take some legal action of his own. So this is all far from over for him.
All right. ABC News primetime anchor Linsey Davis, thank you so much.
Thank you.